Welcome to Emma's currently reading video. She's reading a lot of books because she doesn't have any control. Hey guys, my name is Emma and welcome to my currently reading video. You're going to be like, it's going to be a couple books now. I'm currently reading a lot of books. Before we get started, I want to address something. Nothing serious. It's okay. Nothing serious. Dawn, who is a super rad person who occasionally watches my videos, which is what I call everybody who watches my videos, a super rad person who occasionally watches my videos. High five. Because subscribers makes me feel weird. So, yeah, anyway. So, where was I going with this? Oh yeah, she commented on my last video if it was just her or if all of my book covers are backwards. Dawn! It's not just you. It's because this webcam is a mirror and it reflects everything backwards. Lame. But it's the way it is currently. I'm getting a memory card soon, so back to that camera over yonder. Anyway, let's get started. Alrighty. Stay tuned to the end of this video because I have something I need from y'all. Money. No, not money. Okay, first things first. That joke is old. I am currently reading Shades of Grey. These are the books I'm actively reading. I probably should have said this. There's a section here of actively reading and inactively reading, because I thought I'd just get my whole shame out there for the whole world to see. Anyway, so Shades of Grey by Jasper Ford. Jasper Ford's one of my favorite writers. I started reading this book last spring with my dad. Put it down because we both got busy. It was like, I'm just going to read it on my own because I want to read it. And that was like 2 days ago. No, it was yesterday. So, yeah, I'm currently reading this, about 60 pages in. I'm a huge Jasper Ford fan. Jasper Ford, oh, you crazy person. You're amazing. He's a mad genius. He wrote the Airfare series, which is wonderful. He also wrote The Last Dragon Slayer, which is a wonderful YA book. Lots of other things he's written. Shades of Grey is dystopian in the weirdest way possible, and I love every moment I've read of it. The thing about Jasper Ford is he creates these fantastical worlds that are still based in some sort of reality. So that's the thing about it. You're reading it and you're like, this is so ridiculous, and like there's like this little tiny rational part of you, at least for me. It's like, this is ridiculous and kind of stupid. But then 99% of me is like, this is wonderful. This isn't any, you know, stupider or whatever, or like not needed than Harry Potter. It's just completely different. It's based a little more in reality than like a fantasy world. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense. It's just like a really fun, crazy book, and I love it. I love Jasper Ford so much. He's such a genius. He's such a mad genius. I'm also currently reading 2 nighttime books. I read books at nighttime because I can't read fiction normally at night. It makes me crazy-headed in my dreamland. And also, like, I tend to forget what I've read. So I like to pick books that it doesn't really matter. Forgot what I read. So I'm going back between If Walls Could Talk by Lucy Worsley and Intimate History of the Home. It's a microhistory of mostly the British home through a very long stretch of time. And My Life in France by Lucy Worsley. So the thing about My Life in France by Lucy Worsley, combining books. The book combo tag I did yesterday. Go watch it. My Life in France by Julia Child. So the thing about both these books is that I like history quite a lot. I grew up really enjoying women's history specifically. And this is really fun because it talks about women's history. It talks about family history and also men's history, but it talks about a lot about women's history and women's place in the home. And it's really interesting. It's really accessible, this book. I've talked about it a bit because I've been reading it for months. But it's a very accessible read. It's a history that's very accessible. And Lucy Worsley has great documentaries on the YouTubes. If you want to, they're on YouTube. They're from like the BBC, but like they're on YouTube and they're really great. She's just like a cute person and like very smart. My Life in France by Julia Child, and also with the help of Alex, it's French probably, and I'm not gonna butcher it. My Life in France is beautiful. It's about Julia Child's time in France. Julia Child is such an inspiration. I think I've talked about that a little bit. I'm a huge Julia Child fan. The thing is, like, I am not a foodie. I don't know a lot about food. I don't eat fancy foods. I eat, like, the Gilmore Girls. So this book is really wonderful to read because you're like, ooh, these foods still, I mean, it still, like, makes these really fancy foods super accessible, which is what Julia Child's all about. So yeah, this is great. Now let's get to the books I'm inactively reading. Ooh, shame time. It's like, I didn't get them all, but it was like 5 that I brought out to show y'all. The first one is The Book of Life by Deborah Harkness. Signed copy. Got this at a Target. I'm a huge fan of this series. It's the Discovery Witches, Shadow of the Night. Oh gosh. something, All Souls trilogy. This is an adult fantasy series. It's really wonderful. I read the first 2 books, really liked them, got this one, and I was like, I'd finish Shadow of the Night, and I got this one right afterwards, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna read it. The thing is that I can never do that. Like, I can never read series back to back. I get freaked out and I stop, which is what happened here. And I got about that far into it and stopped, and this was like a few months ago. I don't remember when I stopped reading it. I'm going to finish it. I was really liking it. I just was getting really stressed out because a lot of bad things were about to happen. So I'm probably going to have to backtrack a little bit because I don't really remember what was going on. But I am currently reading that. Another series, and that I'm still currently reading, is, what is it even called? It's the last book in the Daughter, Smoke and Bone series by Laini Taylor. I'm also currently reading that. That's downstairs. Same thing. I was enjoying it. I can't say that word today, apparently. About halfway through it, and I was like, I'm getting stressed out, and I stopped. But I'm gonna finish both those, y'all. Alright, the next 3. White Teeth by Zadie Smith. Still currently reading this. This is one that is much more recent. It's like from like last month. I got to page 133. I love Zadie Smith. I love Zadie Smith's writing. I wasn't really connecting with the characters very much. These characters, I don't know, it's not always important to connect with the characters, but I didn't really understand them. They weren't like, I didn't understand where they were coming from and what their deal was, so it was hard for me to really get into it. The characters in this book are 2, like, well, at least right currently, now I know it changes, are 2 middle-aged men. And it's hard for me to connect with the middle-aged men. Although she does that really beautifully in On Beauty, and, which is one of my favorite books of all time. But yeah, I don't know. This isn't quite doing it for me yet, but I'm gonna keep at it, and I'm gonna finish it. I'm also still currently reading The Thinking Woman's Guide to Real Magic by Emily Croy Barker. About this way through. This book is just kind of insane, and it's fantasy and weird, and I don't know, I wasn't really getting into it, but I like the concept enough. It involves like multiple universes and, you know, parallel universes or whatever, or worlds within worlds. I really like that kind of thing. I was a huge 10th Kingdom fan growing up, so I like stuff like that. And I'm gonna keep on with this because I was liking it. I'm gonna finish it eventually. I feel like that's like everything I'm saying is I'm gonna finish it eventually. Finally, The Physics Book of Deliverance Dane by Catherine Howe. I got to page 41 last summer. It's been about a year also, maybe last fall. I was liking this, but I wasn't really in the mood for it. But I'm going to pick it back up and I'm going to finish it because I was enjoying it. I like the writing a lot. I like anything with like New England magic. It's practical magic. I love the movie Practical Magic. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope you enjoyed this. Shame, the last thing I want to say is I want to do a Q&A video. So give me your Q's if you made it to the end of this video. I'll also talk about that on Twitter. But give me your Q's. What do you want to know about me? And I'll answer them. I'm stealing from everybody, from Bree and from Paul and from everybody. Anyway, have a wonderful day. Bye!